Welcome to Divine Hand for another soulful, insightful, spiritual message. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Collective. As you know, spirit communicate with us in many ways, and one of those ways is through our spirit animals. So I pre-pulled some cards and some tarot to wrap the message up. And with that being said, let's dive in. So I pulled the spirit unicorn, the sea lion, the spirit deer, and the octopus. Okay, let's start with the spirit unicorn. Okay, so this is Libra's energy, and this is purity. Okay, this is divine purity, spiritual truth, right? That inner magic, that uniqueness, that faith in the unseen, okay? Spiritual level, soul level protection is what I'm getting, okay? And so the unicorn is saying when you are being asked to trust your intuition completely, okay? Even if other people don't understand, okay? It's not their path to understand, it's yours. That's why I say your path, okay? Um, so your spirit is saying your gifts are rare, okay? So stay aligned with integrity and high love, okay? So then we have the sea lion, okay? And this is emotional balance. This is charisma. This is Leo's energy, okay? So this is like a playfulness with a purpose, right? This is communication of feelings, okay? The sea lion reminds you that joy and emotional expression is sacred. So you don't have to be hard, right? You to be strong, okay, is what spirit is saying, right? You have a softness and a laughter that is a part of your power as well, okay, collective. So spirit is saying like warm up, okay? So that's for someone here, okay? Maybe a Leo. Now we have the spirit deer, okay? And the spirit deer is a heart healing, okay? And this is Cancer energy. And this is saying basically that gentleness, right? Grace, sensitivity, awareness, right? The deer comes forward when people are kind to it, right? It's like a kindness in that strength, okay? And it's not a weakness, right? It's a strength in that kindness. I'm sorry, a strength in that kindness, and not a weakness is what I was trying to say, right? So this is like moving forward with situations with compassion and awareness, okay? So just trust your gentleness to disarm conflict, okay? It can leave you forward safely, okay? Let's move on to the octopus. Now the octopus is Aquarius energy. This is that star energy. Tap into that star energy, that intelligent, that flexibility, that adaptability, that emotional depth, feeling things on a deeper level, on a spiritual level, okay, on an emotional level. Okay, this is like multi-dimensional awareness, okay, psychic sensitivity, okay. And the octopus is saying like navigate excuse me, navigate complex emotional and spiritual situations, okay? You are capable of handling many layers at once, okay? Trust your abilities, okay? Trust your ability to adapt to the changes, okay? Protect your energy and move fluently through changes, okay? Excuse me, is what I'm getting. I need a swig of water. Okay, so for each card, I pulled some tarot. And with that being said, let's get started with the tarot. We have the Hierophant upright, and this going with the spiritual unicorn, okay? And so this is ancient wisdom meets divine innocence almost, okay? So this is like you are being guided to honor your spiritual truth without corruption or ego, okay? So this is a spiritual leader. So someone is in that leadership role spiritually, right? And spirit is pointing this out because someone may be in their ego regarding that, right? Um, this is corruption. So someone may also be corrupted. Okay. You can't be a spiritual leader and be corrupted. Okay. You can't be religious or spiritual and be corrupted. Okay. That just don't go together. Okay. Light and dark don't go together. It balances out. Okay. So this is like divine law. There's laws, okay? There's laws, right? The sacred traditions, okay? And the unicorn is saying this is a pure soul energy, okay? This is spiritual protection in that trusting in that divine magic, right? That authenticity of your heart, right? This is like basically saying honor, your spiritual truth without losing your magic. Okay, so you may be meant to follow divine teachings without becoming rigid. Okay, this is about living, living a spirituality. Okay, not blind belief. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Okay, I said a lot in itself. My God. Okay. Now let's move on to the sea lion. And for the sea lion, I pulled the Wheel of Fortune. And as you know, the sea lion is like charisma, okay? It's like emotional flow, right? The Wheel of Fortune is divine timing. This is fate, okay? This is sudden changes and turning points, okay? Cycles ending and beginning, karma balancing itself out, okay? Life is shifting in your favor, all right? In and out of your favor, okay? Because what comes up, what goes up must come down, what goes down must come up, okay? If you're willing, okay? Because we all have free will, okay? So what I'm getting like is the sea lion is like playful, okay? It's joy, healthy communication, okay? So the sea lion, it just reminds you that you don't need to control the change, right? You just need to feel the change. Okay, express the emotions openly and allow joy to coexist with uncertainty. Okay, so even in your uncertain moments, right, it's just healthy to stay in a happy, joyful place, space, okay? Regardless of what your situation, because then that's saying to spirit in the universe, God, or whatever you subscribe to, is that I have full faith in you, okay? And I have full faith in myself. Confirmation. Thank you, spirit, okay? So it's basically saying ride the wave and don't fight the tide, okay? Let's move on, okay? Now we have the spirit deer. And for the spirit deer, I pulled the Nine of Swords, okay? So someone is in their head straight off the back, okay? So this is more of like anxiety, worrying, like sleepless nights, guilt, fear, okay? This is your mind is really loud right now, okay? So but not all those thoughts are true, all right? And so the spirit is basically saying, have that gentleness, right? That grace, right? That emotional sensitivity to what spirit is trying to say to you, right? So you are not weak, you just feel deeply, okay? So together it's just basically saying be gentle with your mind that may be hurting at this time. So the last card I have is the octopus, and this is that Aquarius energy, and we pulled the Five of Pentacles. Okay, now the Five of Pentacles is saying that it's like feeling left out in the cold, right? That struggle, that emotional or materially, you just feeling left out in the cold, right? You're having, some troubles, okay? This is like possessing a hidden intelligence and adaptability that will carry you through, okay? So, like the core meaning of the Five of Pentacles is like that financial and emotional hardships, right? This is feeling abandoned, rejected, or unsupported, right? This is like a lack mindset. And so the octopus, the spirit octopus is coming in saying, hi, this is like high intelligence and adaptability, right? Tapping into, multitasking and problem solving. Someone need to hear, maybe Aquarius, okay? This is, you are far more capable than your current circumstances, okay? So you are not powerless, you are powerful is what I'm getting, okay? And we have the Page of Swords, okay? And so this can be like basically saying, that, you have layers to yourself. Okay, speak your truth. Learn instead of assuming. Okay, so ask questions instead of suffering in silence. Okay, and then we have the Four of Wands. Okay, and this is basically saying you can have your happy